Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's T here. Thank you so much for coming back here. I really appreciate it. So today I am featuring Victoria Beckham Beauty. There's a ton of things in here that I put on my face or attempted to and tried. So this is what my makeup look consists of. It's pretty much all Victoria Beckham. So today I will be talking about not only like their bronzer, their eyeshadow, their lippies, blushes, etc. I will also be applying it all over my face. So if you want to see how I got this look as well as my thoughts and opinions and first impression, then keep on watching.
A lot of Victoria Beckham makeup to play with. So I think I almost have a full face of Victoria Beckham except for the foundation and primer and concealer. So I already prepped my face, but we're gonna start with the eyes first. So let me just open her up. I'm so excited. All of this looks, let me pull the mic over.
All of this looks so luxe. It feels heavy. I have a bunch of things, so let me just pull them all out really quickly. I'm gonna first use the BabyBlade Micro Fine Brow Pencil. I got the shade Dark Brown. I'm super excited for another brow product. I usually do more of like one of those like felt tip strokes, but Victoria Beckham, I believe she only has the pencil. It's called Micro Fine Brow Pencil, and I'm just gonna prep my face. My skin's already a little juicy and taut, so I'm going to leave it there just so that we have something for the foundation to go on. So let me just draw a few out on my hands. This is what it looks like. Oh, I forgot to show you guys what this looks like. It has a little angle to it. The shade is a pretty good match. Same with the other eye. Nice. It gives me this literal soft brown shade. It's nice. Does map out the shape, and I'm gonna cheat a little, I know. And I'm gonna go in with a brow pen because that's just me. A brow pen is me. I always end up using a brow pen, but I just can't use a brow pen for the entire eyebrow because then it ends up being way too dark. But I like a little bit of the hair strokes. You guys know what I'm saying. That brow color from Victoria Beckham is actually really nice. I do have to say it's a pretty good match. Now that I've drawn little hair strokes in, okay, just gonna clean up my brows just a touch before we go into the eye makeup. Or make sure my brows are all cleaned and carved. Do have to say one thing though, just by looking at my brows, I'm having a very good brow day. Like just right off the bat, just looking at the shape, just looking at the way that the brows look. Good brow day. I am going to actually prime my eyes because I'm very excited for the next thing. It is going to be the eyeshadow. So I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm gonna be using the Makeup by Mario. This is the Sandstone. So I'm gonna do one eye at a time. All right. So now that the eyes are primed, let's get into the shadow. I'm so excited for the shadow look. I went ham spam on the eyeshadows. So I got the Eye Wardrobe. This is what it is. This is their refill. So they sold the actual eyeshadows separately. So this is what the eyeshadows actually look like. And then they sold the compact separately as well too. And the compact, just holding this, it's heavy. It's really luxe. This is like 80s old school type of makeup. So when you get it, it's just gonna be an empty palette for you to pop this in. So I'm going to pop this in right now and show you guys. Can you live without the compact? Yes. If you have a eyeshadow like Z palette or something that is magnetic, if not, you do have to buy the actual compact itself, so that she has a lot of different color stories, so they can be interchangeable is probably what the idea is. So this is the eyeshadow palette that I got. This makeup is very expensive. So because it's very expensive, I wanted to grab a few things that I know I will constantly use. So, and then I also got their lid luster. This is what the lid luster looks like. It's in the shade Chiffon. So, and then I also got a few eye stuff as well too. So let me do the shadow first and swatch everything for you guys that I got for my eyes. I know for sure I want to use this. So let's open her up and dig right in. I'm very excited for this one, especially when this shade right here, she definitely very well thought out. It's a bigger size. So this is more of your transition shade. So I'll pop that all over my crease just so you guys can see the color transition. All right, so that's like your everyday transition shade. I want to play with other shades inside this collection, so I will pause here. I will go back in later for the darker colors to buff out the edges, but I just wanted to show you guys the transition. I want to use a little bit of everything. I also will swatch the other shades for you guys. It's very pigmented, like I lightly grazed my finger over it. It's very pigmented and it's very smooth and buttery. I'm so excited for this shade right here. There's actually no name for this. I don't remember if there was. If there is, I will link it in the description box below. I promise. So let me just wipe this off really quickly and move on to the next thing, because we have a lot of makeup here. Let's go into the lid luster. This is in the shade Chiffon. This is what it looks like. Everything in the Victoria Beckham, it has like this like tortoise shell like type of theme to them. Ooh, this looks so nice. So this is what Chiffon looks like. It's in a jar. Let me just dip my finger in there. That's what she looks like. My goodness. Do you see that? I want this all over my eyes. I'm gonna swatch two other eye stuff that I got. It is the, whatchamacallit? These are eye stick. One is in the shade Shroom, and the other one is in the shade Bottle Green. So it comes in a stick like this. This is bottled green. Oh my gosh. This is what bottle green looks like. Ooh, this is what Shroom looks like. A more taupey. I want to put one of these sticks on my lid and then go in with Chiffon on top. And I feel like either one of this will work, but I do feel like Shroom would be a good base for Chiffon. What do you guys think? Or should I just be daring and go with the... No. I'm not gonna be daring today. I've decided I'm gonna do Shroom all over my lid, just so you guys can see. And then I'm gonna pop Chiffon on top. That's what Shroom looks like. Very creamy. It has like a sheen to it. Not sparkly glitter, but a nice sheen. Once that's laid down, I'm gonna go in with a flat blending brush. And I'm doing one eye at a time only because I don't actually know the dry down time on this. So I'm just gonna lightly pat it in and blend the edges out like so, so that it's a little bit more, there's no harsh lines pretty much. Honestly, this could be your like one and done lid color. Like for one of those days where you're just like out the door. I don't even think you need to blend this. Like, look at that. It kind of just like blends itself. Do the same to the other eye. This eye always makes me work so hard. I'm gonna put just a touch more on this side. It's very buildable. I'm gonna go back in with the palette to blend this further. Before I go into the glittery shade, I'm gonna go in again with this transition shade just to diffuse that edge a little bit more. I'm also gonna grab a fluffy brush to do that again. The other one was a little bit more concentrated. Also, this mirror's really a nice mirror. It's very focused to like your eye area. All right, now that we're all blended and diffused out, I'm gonna go in with Chiffon. I think this is gonna be the star of the show. So I'm gonna use my finger. I feel like this is more of a finger type of shade. I have that in the center of my lids. Show you guys. Walking it. Just want it in the center. Like so. Wow. I see that. That just like changed the whole entire look. Alright. This is again Chiffon lid Lustre. I will link everything in the description box below if I didn't mention it on this video. All right, I'm going to actually deepen the outer corner just a touch, just because I want to use a little bit more of this palette. So I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here with a smaller detail brush like this, but it's still fluffy, and then just stamp this on the outer edges just a little bit. I don't want to take this look too far, but I want my outer edges to be just slightly defined, just slightly, not like making it super blown out or anything, just defining that crease as well. All right, that's pretty. So I'm done with this palette, and I'm also pretty much done with the eyeshadow. What do you guys think of this shadow look? I'm gonna now tight line with a kohl. I got one eyeliner. This is the Satin Kajal. It's in the shade Cocoa, which you know me, I'm your brown type of eyeliner girl. So wow, that's creamy and dark. Woo! And then it comes with a smudging brush. This is just a smudger on the other side. I don't know if I want to use a smudger today, so we shall see. But first up, let me just tight line my eyes really quickly, and I need to get like real close to tight line. Okay. So just tight lining. This is creamy, like extremely creamy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. And then now I'm going to do a wing, but I'm going to just look up a little bit. Wow, this is so incredibly creamy. That's crazy. Creamy, smooth, and very pigmented. All right, I'm having some technical difficulties because this eye is hooded. So I mapped it out, and then now I'm gonna go in with this darker shade to smudge it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Give it a good smudge out. And I'm also gonna clean it up because you know, my hooded eyelid always has extra fat on it, and it's really difficult to try to get something on, but I'll put on eyelid tape in just a second to fix that. But I want to make sure I clean this up right away. And then I'm gonna continue smudging and smoking out this liner. And keeping my eyes open. This eye is always so difficult. I'm gonna do the same on this eye, making sure I keep my eyes open and try to match the other side. Okay, I'm gonna also smudge this out like the other side. Here's what both sides look like. Okay, I am going to stop there. I'm going to put on eyelid tape. I'm gonna clean up the eyeliner just a little bit more, and I will be right back to show you guys the rest of this makeup look. Okay, I'm back now. I put on eyelid tape and I gave the wing a little clean. I had to finesse it a little bit because I'm just not that great at doing my wing eyeliner, so I did a little bit of cleaning, smudging, etc. So this is what it looks like. I do have a mascara that I want to use, but also I am going to do some lashes because I do feel like this look deserves a little bit something on the outer corner, just a little bit more. Let's put on some mascara, and this was a free gift. I did not purchase this. Well, technically I did, but it was a free gift with purchase. It is their mini size. I am on a mini travel size, half size kick right now. This is the Vast Lash. This is smudge free voluminizing mascara. So this is what she looks like. There we go. This is what the wand looks like. Has a little bit of a curve to it. And I'm gonna pump a couple of pumps of air into this. There we go. This formula looks wet and thick. So let's just give this a try. And this is just for the base, since I'm going to be putting on some falsies. I won't be able to tell if this is good or not, since I'm just gonna put a layer. It's definitely a voluminizing formula. I do feel it also lengthens, but definitely more volume and thickening than anything else. So this is what one coat looks like on my eyes, as well as I have a lot of makeup. Dark eye makeup on, and I did not curl my lashes, so I'm just seeing how this is the first time I'm doing a one brand, I believe, makeup video. So if you guys want to see me do more of these one branded, I have a lot that I'm thinking about, but I also want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If there's a certain type of brand that you would like for me to try. Wow, that looks fantastic actually. It's not bad. I'll put on another coat just cause there's no harm. I'm gonna end up taking this off anyway if it looks too crazy. Definitely a lot of volume. I don't know if you guys can see that from this side. Let me look to the side a little bit. A lot of volume and a lot of length to my eyes. And this is without curling. All right. Wow, that actually looks, do you guys see that? It looks phenomenal. I'm just gonna look up a little bit so you guys can see. Of course, this is with like a lot of makeup on. Okay, I'm going to put on some falsies and I'll be right back to do my face and complexion. All right, now that my falsies are on, I just put it in the outer corner just to give this look a little bit more of lift and add some volume to my lashes. I'm gonna do my complexion. Just do a quick, my skin is like pretty dry. So I have a lot of Victoria Beckham complexion products, like things for my face, but I don't have her foundation. So all the shades that I wanted was like sold out. I also don't have a primer either. So I did prep my face. I did use this green tea ceramide milk to prep my face just so that it has a little bit of hydration and tackiness. Since I'm using new product, I want my base to be something that is like basically a holy grail, super good. This does me no wrong. It always gives me like the nicest base. So I'm going to be using the Makeup by Mario. This is the, I believe, Surreal Skin Natural Finish. I'm gonna give this a good shake and pump it out into my palette. I'm gonna speed through this process a little bit just so that we can really just focus on the Victoria Beckham product. So I will show you guys a little bit of me applying this, nothing new, but we're just going to speed through this a little bit. All right. A contour stick that I wanted to try. Where is it? It's called the Contour Stylus. This is in the shade Marble. This is what it looks like. Everything is just so luxe. This is, sorry, I'm short, okay? This is the contour stick. I do think the Stylus is a little on the skinnier side. I mean, it's Victoria Beckham, but also this wasn't cheap either. Ooh, very creamy. So I'm gonna line both sides just so that they match each other. And then I'm gonna do the side of my nose and then draw a little bit around my forehead and then give myself a little eye lift. And then I'll do I will be doing the bottom of my lip just so that I can try this out in its entirety. So let me just blend it out with this BK Beauty 115 brush. Show you guys the blending of it. What it looks like. Got blended in really easily. Definitely warmed up my complexion a little bit. Definitely this is more for like precision contouring, like areas like to give you that shadow, like especially for me. This is exactly what it says it is. It's a contour stylus. It's not a bronzy shade, so for me right here would be where I would just line it. If you take a look at that, same with this side right here, where the shadow naturally just hits my cheekbones. So I'm just gonna go in with another layer, except focusing this on areas that I wanna make sure that it's shadow there to give me this chiseled cheek bone. And then I'm also gonna, oh, I totally forgot. Let me do a little bit, since we're here, let me do a little bit on my jawline. So just looking straight, this is where the natural shadow just hits. Same on this side. So I'm gonna be chiseled today. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller blending brush for this, just so that I can look straight and focus on defining my cheekbone. If you guys can just see that, it just gives you a deeper shadow right there. So I don't want any harsh lines because you do want this to be not as noticeable, but it should create that deeper color and shadow in your cheek to give you that cheekbone structure. Same right here. I'm gonna blend it up and out rather than blending it in. So into my hairline, I feel like I definitely understand the vision of this. With the stylus being smaller, you're only lining certain structures instead of like just doing it all over. It's precision for contour, not necessarily bronzing. That's what I would use it for. And then I'm gonna go in with this brush to blend out the sides of my nose like that, just so that I can buff it into my eye socket. That's what I want to do. Just seamlessly blend that. Okay. And then we're going to go back in with concealer in just a second to clean this up. I do have a blush that I'm very excited to use. So I have this Cheeky Posh? Yes. Cheeky Posh cream blush stick. It's in the shade Playground. Again, this tortoise shell packaging, very luxe, very heavy. I chose a more rosy, neutral, brown terracotta blush for this. I'm pretty sure I can apply this straight onto my face, but I'm going to just take the swatch on my hand. I'm gonna put some more, and then I'm going to just pick it up with my brush to just see how it applies. So this is what it's gonna look like. Natural, very natural blush. I'm gonna now put it directly on my face. I didn't grab a powder blush, so this is going to be all that I'm using today. So I'm going to build it. Yeah, this blush is very natural, I want to say. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose. This is a very natural blush. I don't know how I feel about it. It's definitely making me build it up a lot. Taking my foundation off, I mean, I'm building on it, but I feel like this is blending out to something a little bit too natural for my liking. I don't know, I have to keep playing with it, of course, but this is just what it looks like on my cheek right now, over my nose and into my temples and around my forehead. So this is what the blush looks like. It's a natural color, but I need to just play around with it a lot more to give you my final thoughts. So I'm gonna put on some concealer and powder really quickly. I don't actually have any concealer or powder from Victoria Beckham, so we will speed through this really quickly, but I just want to make sure that you guys know what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear as well as the Melt Cosmetic Loose Setting Powder. So let's just pop this on really quickly. Blend it out a little bit. I always blend my underneath the eyes because I just want it to set just a little bit, not too much, because this is a drier formula. The Estee Lauder, more like drier and much more full coverage. Just letting it sit for a second, and then I'm gonna blend out my under eyes really quickly. And then I'm gonna set with the Melt Cosmetics Barely Alive powder. I'm gonna make sure I blend those little creases out before I set. I'm gonna take this brush and I just take a bunch and then grate it through, like, literally this cheese grater thingy. I'm just set my... Again, I wanted to use products that I already love just so that everything else that is on my face can like show their true performance, because this is just like what works for me no matter what. So I want to make sure that the experiment for this look stays very consistent. That's the whole goal. Give everybody a fair chance. And then I'm gonna take off this lip gloss. I mean, not lip gloss, lip balm that I used earlier so that my lips stay nourished. And then I'm gonna go back in with that contour from earlier to basically contour right there. Go. And then I'm going to do my lips really quickly, and then I'll bronze at the end. I do have a matte bronzer that I wanted to try. So I did get the Posh lip gloss as well as a precision lip definer contour crayon, and then this is the Posh gloss. Oh, I also did get the Posh lip color. It's a moisturizing lip color. Wait, moisturizing lip color. that a lipstick or a lip balm? Oh no, it's a lipstick. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Let me swatch all of this for you guys. So let's start with the liner really quickly. The lip definer and contour. I try to use a more like neutral shade for this look. So this is what the lip definer looks like. It's a more neutral brown shade. Again, this is in the shade O2. And then the lipstick that I got is in the shade Pout. This lipstick bullet, this is what it looks like. Very heavy, very luxe. Also Skinny Queen. Okay, this is the lip pout in Petal. No. Petal Pout, right? Wow, it doesn't even say petal on this. It's Posh. The lip color is called Posh. My brain is up. I need more coffee. Let's start over. This lippy lipstick is called Lip Posh in the shade Pout. One more time. So there's no petal involved at all. And then I also got a lip gloss. This is the High Shine Posh Gloss. This is what it looks like. This is more of a nude. This is in the shade Tanline. So let me just give you guys a little bit. I think this lip combo is going to be fire. Let's put them on just because I'm so excited for this. I'm also very excited for the bronzer. So let's put on the lip liner first. Line my lip. This is like your lip but better shade. That's what the lip liner looks like. I like to define my cupid's bow a lot. And then I'm gonna apply the lipstick. No, that's the lip. This is the lipstick. Okay, this is like a soft satin lipstick. It's not matte by all means. Also, the emblem, the BB emblem on this definitely will disappear as you continue to use it. This is a pretty shade. And then to top it off, I'm gonna use the nude lip gloss. Smells like plastic. Be warned, has like that burnt plastic type of scent to it. All right, it's a really pretty lip combo. I do have to say so myself. Okay, let's get into the final touch. I do have a bronzer. This is their matte bronzing brick. Very heavy, very luxe. This is the shade O3. The warm side is called Sand and the contour side is called Soul. I'm surprised that this came with like the compact. Like I genuinely thought that they would sell it separately, but this is what it looks like. This side is Sand, this is the warm shade, and this side is Soul, which is the contour shade. So you get two in here. There are other shades available. I think there's like one or two lighter and then one or two darker. I totally forgot. But I'm going to take the warm side. I'm going to take the Sand shade with a big brush to warm up my complexion a lot more. So I'm just going to use this to buff everywhere. Buff it everywhere. Same on the other side. Just like warmed up as well as making sure my nose gets a touch of sun. And then I'm also gonna go in with the shade Soul, the contour shade, because I do want to use everything that we have here, like most of the things, just to show you guys. Like this is like a full video of Victoria Beckham Beauty, so I'm just going to use this to contour, and then I'm gonna also dust it on the side of my nose like so, and the side of my forehead. Okay, this is what it looks like. And then the final touches, Lumi Lip Glass, it just brings so much life and glassy look back to your skin. So I'm just gonna tap this on the tops of my cheekbone. Yeah, this is just so good. If you feel like you need a little bit more jutes onto your skin, this is a good one to just freshen up, bring a little bit more glitz, glam, and juice to your face. All right, let me take my hair out. I'm going to go do my hair, and then I will come back to give you guys my final thoughts on this makeup look, what I would recommend if you guys are interested to give it a try, as well as what doesn't even work. Like, that's the whole point of it, is that I'm gonna take the hit. I'm gonna try this out and let you guys know what is even worth it and what is even not worth it as well. So let me take my hair down, let me do my hair, and then I'll come back to give you guys my final thoughts. Alrighty guys, this is the final look. So I want to pretty much end this video with my final thoughts, go over everything that I have on my face from the previous application. So first up, let's start with the eyes. The first item that I applied, it was the Victoria Beckham BabyBlade in dark brown. This is what she looks like. The pencil is great. It's definitely like not too wet, but also not too dry. It matched me perfectly, but also I do think that this is a high quality product, but also like you can get the same thing with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. If you're in the market and you want a luxurious nice brow pencil, this is your girl. It does what it's supposed to do. My brows look phenomenal, but I can get the same look with other products as well too. So there's this one, and then let's talk a little bit about my eyes. My eyes look amazing, very sophisticated, very like smoky, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. I really do like this eye look. So let's talk about the eyeshadow first. The eyeshadow that I have on is the Victoria Beckham, what color is this? I don't know what shade. I'll link it down below, but this is her eye wardrobe. This is what I have on my eyes. I have this taupey brown shade blended all over my crease. I also have this darker plum brown shade in my outer edges, and then I also have this dark matte brown smoked out. I didn't use this glitter shade for this tutorial. I will next time, but I just want to make note, if you are purchasing an eyeshadow from Victoria Beckham, you do need the compact that goes with it. This is what the compact looks like. This is very luxe, very heavy. This just gets popped right inside. I'll show you really quickly. It just pops right inside like so, and it's fantastic for like to go. This is a one and done for shades. Like, you can get a complete look with this, guaranteed. It'll be a darker night, smokier look, just be warned. As well as, if you already have a magnetic Z palette or palette for all your eyeshadows to get depotted, you do not need this, because they do sell this container separately. So if you are strictly just looking to try the eyeshadow out, I would just buy the shadow itself and then pop it into your Z palette and be good to go. So there's that. The next thing that I'm gonna talk about is on my eyes, that I did base my eyes with her EyeWear Longwear Crease Proof shadow stick. I do have to say, this looks very crease proof so far, and I've had it on about like 2-3 hours now. So this is, for me, in my opinion, it is crease proof. However, I also did use the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow primer to make sure that everything has like a standing chance, because that's what I would usually do anyway, is prime my eyes and then put on shadows. This is what it looks like. It's like a dark brown, and then I blend out, and it's amazing. This could be a one and done shadow. Like, once you blend it out, it just leaves like this taupey gray brown color into the crease, and then if you want to go back in, you can. There is a cream stick shadow that I didn't use today, but I did swatch it. It is this, I believe, bottle green. It looks amazing. This is what bottle green looks like. It's a little bit, I mean, it has like gold reflex in it as well. You can't really see unless you like really up close, but it has gold reflex. I'm very excited to try this out in a different type of makeup tutorial. This one today, I just went with this look because the lid luster, the glitter that I purchased, just match the shadow stick in Shroom so well. This is the lid luster called Chiffon. This shade is like pow, in your face, wet and juicy. This is what Chiffon looks like. And it comes with a cap. Make sure you close this up really well, because I do think that because this is a wet formula, it's going to definitely dry out. So this is what Chiffon looks like swatch. It's more of your glittery, shinier shade. This is what I have in the center of my eyes right now. I didn't really blend out. I just took my finger, tap it in, and that's pretty much it for in terms of eyeshadows and glitter on my eyes. This is very pretty. I don't know if I would recommend it just yet, like biting the bullet, but just off the top of bat, this is very luxurious. It's very glittery, glitz and glam. And then I lined my eyes with a really good liner. It's just when you see like the application process, it's a mess. Like it's a mess to get here. Also, it's user like error, like my fault, as well as the way my eyes are structured. My eyes, it has a really hard time because this eyelid, it's really hooded. So I get the shape, I map everything out first, and then I smudge it out, and it gets really messy, and then I clean it up, and then I also put on eyelid tape after so that it looks normal. So that's like the thing, but this is very creamy. This is very dark. This has to be the creamiest eyeliner I've ever had my whole entire life, where I was not in control because it was so soft. So that's genuinely what it is. But my liner is so fantastic today. I used the shadow, the darker shade from the shadow, to smoke this look out. And I think this is such a wonderful, creamy, tight line shade. Like I'm looking at underneath my eyes right now in my waterline where I tight lined first. The liner's still there. Like it's not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere at all. So yeah, if there was one thing that I recommend, I definitely do recommend the eyeliner. I can tell you right off the bat that the eyeliner is going to be fantastic. And then I base my lashes with the Victoria Beckham Vast Lash. This is like the mini trial size. This was a gift with purchase. I do have to try it a lot more, but I can say right now that it gives a lot of volume and length. I also have falsies on, so I cannot give you a full honest review because this is not what I have on solely. I have other things. I've curled my lashes, I've put on falsies, so I do need to give this a chance in a different video, and I will keep you guys updated. Again, this is a mini. I don't have much to say. It's free. Can't complain about that. And then the next thing I will go into will be my face, okay? I don't have a foundation from Victoria Beckham. All the shades that were like in my shade range, like every single shade that could work, that I could finesse or do, like make it work, was not in stock. So I couldn't get the shade that I wanted, and I don't think they had a primer. If they did, I probably totally missed it. So I used the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin, the matte formula one, on my face today because I do want something that I know works for my skin the best. So just so that all the products go on really well. The first thing that really did impress me after I figured out how to use this is the contour stylus. This is in the shade Marble. The one thing about this is actually treat it as a contour. So when I first applied this, I put this everywhere and tried to bronze with it. You don't. So you just look straight wherever your face has like its natural shadow, or where you want a little bit more chisel, will be where you draw the slightest line. And then you'll make sure it's concentrated there and you'll blend it. So I really do like it for that purpose. For bronzing all over the place, you can, but again, this is like, there's like not a lot of product in here. How many grams are in here? It's 1.1 gram in here. So I would only use this, to contour the side of my nose, under my lip, and then my jawline, and then a little bit on my forehead, and then that's it. Like areas that I really want to chisel and concentrate this, as well as this has a very fine point, so it'll like, the placement of everything will be fantastic. So there's this one. I definitely need to give this more time to give you my final thoughts, but so far, for what it's meant to do, I do like it for just contouring certain areas to create that shadow. Now for bronzer, this is where I felt like it really bronzed my complexion up. It is the matte bronzing brick. Also, it comes in this like tortoise shell compact, and I'm surprised that this came with the compact, but the shadow didn't. So I didn't really understand that, but it's fine. This is what it looks like. It is in the shade 03. So this side is warm sand, and the other side would be your contour in Soul. So I took warm sand all over with a big blending brush. I actually took one of these big blending brush, and I just pretty much made my skin a lot more warm so I didn't look ghostly. And then I took the contour shade Soul with a much more structured and defined brush to just chisel and set the contour stick. So this is what I have on. It looks phenomenal. Like my complexion, to me, it looks very dewy, very nice. And then I put on, I put on cream blush before I like powdered everything. I'm like going in the opposite order, but anyway, the Victoria Beckham Cheeky Posh in the shade Playground. This is what I have all over my cheek. I have a few thoughts about this. This is what it looks like right here. This is what it looks like in a stick, and then I'll swatch it for you guys. It's more of like a terracotta, like warm shade. It is pretty, but for the money, I would say I would pass on this. Of course, I purchased it, so I'm going to use it up, but for what it is, I just felt like a lot of other blushes could do the same. It's very buildable. I put on a few layers, and you'll see in my first impression and try on is that I build this up for this look. I also have no other blush on top of my cheeks. I do have a highlighter. It's a stick highlighter from L'Oreal, but that one is more of a clear base for a glowy look. Okay, so yeah, the blush, pretty, it's nice, it's warm, it's like this warm terracotta shade. Is it anything new? No, so I'm sure you can find others at the drugstore for like a fraction of the price. So there's that. Oh, I also forgot that they did give pencil sharpeners for your, I believe, lip liner and eyeliner as well. So there are pencil sharpeners for you guys. Now, the lip. This lip combo, chef's freaking kiss, guys. So let's start off with the lip liner. This lip liner is in the shade 02. Well, actually it's a lip definer, but this is the shade right here. This is what I just swatched right underneath that army green. This is what I have to line my lips today. And then I went in with the shade Pout. It is their Posh lipstick. So I'm gonna swatch it right next to that eyeliner. So that is Pout. That's what is all over my lip for the lipstick. And then I went in with a nude gloss in the shade Tanline. So this looks like nothing in the tube, but once you put this combo together, and I'll just like show you guys really quickly. I'm running out of room to swatch, but this is the combo. So a brown liner, a pink, and then a nude lip gloss over top. Phenomenal, phenomenal. So here, let me just apply this. It's not thick and goopy, but it makes your lip shiny. That's pretty much what it is. So it doesn't make your lips all goopy, like, you know, when you're like talking and there's like a string of lipstick, lip gloss running. Yeah, no, this doesn't do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. This is the entire like first impression. This is the entire look, what I created. Let me know what you think, as well as let me know what would be the next brand that you guys would like for me to do a full face on. It could be drugstore, it could be high end. I really want to be able to try the makeup out. This is because usually when brands like create like other products within their brand, they work very well, very cohesive together, like it's just meant to be with each other. So yeah, if you like more of this video, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, as well as hit that subscribe button and notification bell button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.